morning, everyone, and welcome to Dabision News. Today, I am here with Jonah Chupitos and Ricky Riquillo, and today we are going to be explaining our daily news.
Thank you, Ricky Riquillo. Today we're going to talk about the global climate issues, such as ozone depletion, the causes, effects, and solutions to global climate change. And to begin with, Betty Bonbon interviewed a local truck driver if he had any knowledge how the use of trailers contributes to global climate change. And this is how that turned out.
Hello, we're back here now from Dabision, here to interview our local truck driver, Bob Miller. So, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
We are going to ask you a question, and we were wondering if you knew the answer to it. So, do you know what global climate change is and how you contribute to it?
What? Excuse me, wait. What is global climate change? I have no idea what this is. Can you repeat the question, please?
How do you contribute to global climate change?
Okay, first, I have no idea what this is. You know what I do? I work. I haul every day. I haul cotton. Do you know what cotton is? This is cotton. Do you know what cotton makes? Your sweater. And you're telling me I contribute too. I don't know what you said. I just don't know, okay? I'm done with this.
Well, this concludes our interview. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Ms. Bonbon, for that interesting interview with Bob Miller, some weird fellow.
As you can see, our local citizens are not aware what global climate change is, what causes it, and the effects it has. Darn you people, don't you know what it causes to the environment and the atmosphere, such as ozone depletion? To understand ozone depletion, you need to know the layers of the atmosphere. For this, Betty Bonbon will give us a visual demonstration. Back to you, Betty Bonbon.
Good morning. Today, back at Dabision News, we will be explaining to you the 5 layers of the atmosphere, which include the troposphere, the stratosphere, the mesosphere, the thermosphere, and the exosphere. We will be focusing on the stratosphere, which is also known as the ozone layer. We'll be going over what ozone depletion is, and it is a deterioration of the ozone layer.
If you have any further questions on ozone depletion, don't hesitate to tweet us at Dabision News.
And there is also a dabbing contest. So if you have any videos of yourself dabbing like this, submit them to Twitter as well, using the hashtag dabbing for Dabision News. Thank you! Welcome back to Dabision News.
Now that we've learned about ozone depletion, it is time to learn on what causes global climate change. Therefore, we're going to have Jenny, the environmental scientist, explain to us what are the causes of global climate change.
Hello there. Today I will be explaining the causes of global climate change. You may ask yourself, what causes global climate change? One of the reasons is a greenhouse effect. The greenhouse is a building made of glass walls and a glass roof. This allows the sunlight to come in, and then the sunlight is absorbed by the plants, and the plants then emit it as heat. And the heat stays in there because of the glass walls and the glass roof, allowing it to stay warm throughout the day. And the earth is somewhat like this. The earth has gases in the atmosphere such as carbon dioxide that comes from the burning of fossil fuels, nitrous oxide that comes from road traffic, methane that comes from the cows burping and farting, and fluorinated gases. These gases do what the roof does. It allows the sunlight to come in, it warms up the surface of the earth, and then at night the surface of the earth cools down, but some of that heat is trapped, keeping the earth warm. And if the earth continues this, it will keep getting warmer and warmer, which then leads to El Niño La Niña. El Niño is the warming of the Pacific Ocean, and if this continues, it helps out the storms to become stronger. But La Niña is a cooling of the Pacific Ocean, which then sometimes balances it out. And that concludes my explanation on causes of the global climate change.
Thank you, Jenny, for that explanation on the causes of global climate change.
And now that we know the causes of the global climate change, we need to know the effects. And for this, Lenny, the environmental scientist, will give us that explanation. To you, Lenny. We're starting.
Thank you, Chona Chupitos, for that intro. I am Lenny, the environmental scientist, and I will be explaining the effects of global climate change. So, ice, an albedo of an object is the reflective or the absorption of that object. So, such as ice has a very high albedo, so it will reflect back the sunlight's rays and make the atmosphere experience hotter, warmer temperatures. So this will cause the ice caps on Earth, the Arctic and Antarctic, melt. What's it called? Which means that the ice has a very strong positive feedback. Now, precipitation. Precipitation will be affected by global climate change because one, the Earth will get hotter, and it will cause drier places to experience more moisture and more rain, while moisturized places will experience less rain. And sea level, just like I talked earlier about the ice caps, just like the ice caps, if they start to melt, it will create this ice, right, to fall back into the ocean, increasing the sea level. So therefore, the atmosphere getting hotter will melt the ice, right, increasing sea level. Okay. Global ice. Now onto global ice. This one. According to NASA, due to climate change, and they have searched that since 1979, the ice caps in the Arctic have been melting down 13.9% since 1979. Since 1979, every decade, which means every 10 years. Okay? And that has been proven by NASA. And now, biota. Poor animals. I mean, what can we do with those animals? Like, people, come on, really? Fishermen are the ones that get your fish. Your freaking fish. And if the atmosphere gets hotter, which means the sea will get hotter, right? They will cause the fish to move to another place, causing fishermen and people that go fishing not experiencing any more animals. So that concludes my explanation on global climate change and the effects of it on the environment. Back to you, Chona Chupitos.
Thank you, Lenny, for that explanation on the effects of global climate change.
And now Betty Bonbon will give us an explanation on the solutions to reduce global climate change. On to you, Betty Bonbon.
Now I will be talking to you about the Kyoto Protocol. It was started in December 11, 1997 by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. As you can tell, it is used to target to reduce emissions of greenhouse gases. There are 192 countries who are currently using this, but we do have some countries who have decided not to sign on the petition. First one is the United States, second one Sudan, and the third one is Afghanistan. A second effort has been made to reduce the concentration of contaminants in the air. This is actually called the carbon offsets. It is used to reduce the waste in the air and to increase renewable energy. The final efforts on how to control climate change is due to the Paris Accord. This deals with the world tackling down the climate change issue. And we have recently found out that Nicaragua has agreed to sign this. And there are only 2 countries who have not signed it yet, which includes the US and Syria. This concludes our report.
And that concludes our news segment of today. Thank you for joining us at Dabision News. Hello.
I can't. Oh.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Dab. Everyone. It's already 4:30.
No.
Dabision News.